there is a new way of reporting, which is using Quarto. Using Quarto can be done in different ways. So you either start from scratch before you start working on your project. You start from a new, then Quarto document, or go new file if you use Windows, new file, then the files use Quarto document. Then you give it a name, data preparation for that report. So after that, you can start working in Quarto. Quarto is a user friendly, so it's actually easier to use headers and heading. This is heading 2. Look, header 2, or you can use dashes. So dash space is going to give you header 1. So this is header 1. Double dash space header 2, and if you go to the text, you can use what's so called stars to have a bold text. Maybe 1 star, it gives you something else, the italics and so on. Also, this is the text. Also, if you'd like to have a chunk, code chunk, you can use Command Option I or Control Alt I in Windows. This is a chunk. As I said in multiple videos, that if you want to run line by line, you can do Command Option Command Option Enter, or you use, if you want to run the whole chunk, you can use Command Option C. If you'd like to run the whole document, you can do Command Option R. So Command Option Control Alt in Windows. Anyway, so either you start using Quarto from the beginning, or you can, that's fine, you can still use the Rmarkdwon, the old way of reporting. But if you want to net this, because you are required to net this, you are required to send me the report, okay? So there is a global options here. So the global options, it breaks down to the following. So we have the chunk that is a global option because it's in the top, number 1. Then there is a statement here says include equals false. What does it mean by include equals false? It means that do not include this chunk in the report, okay? The other thing is we use netar package. This is the package, and these are the 2 columns means this is a function. Use this function from this package. So use this function from this package. Use the setting. So the other side means use specific settings. We are going to go, because this function contains many things. It's a list probably. We just want to go to the setting or set. So echo equals true. Echo equals true. That means I would like to have the code. So show the code when you do reporting. So at the beginning, I would like to go to the echo and enter. Then after true, I'm going to go, before that, I would like to add more options. So I want to do comma, enter. Then I would like to say the results. This is important now. So it gives you options now. So the results equal. I would like to hide the results. So when you submit the report, I do not want to see the results, because it's going to have issues, especially here when you have view my data. I'm not willing to see thousands of data sets and observations in the document. So sometimes I would like to, or sometimes we would like to hide some and keep some. We're going to speak about this later. So I would like to hide the results. I would like to hide the warning as well. Warning. So any warning message, set it as false. Then I would like to hide the messages. Okay, the messages. Also, this is going to be false. Then I'm done. After that, I would like to net all of this. So if you look at the report now, it shows me the text, the code, without the outputs, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Now, what if you would like to show some of the code, some of the output, sorry. Suppose that you would like to see the output in this chunk length. So what you have to do is just override the global setting by going to the same chunk that you would like to show the output for, okay? And you just add whatever you want. So comma. So we said results equals, we have many options. We have markup, we have hold, we have hide. Also we have ASIS, right? So markup is showing the formatting and showing everything. ASIS, it shows without the formatting. Hold, if you have a chunk contains many codes and you have many outputs, hold, it's holding all of the outputs to the end of the chunk. So now I'm going to just make it markup. Just keep the formatting, keep everything. So I'm going to net again. And look at this part. This part specifically, we have the output shown already, right? Because we override the global settings. So this is the first idea I wanted to share with you. The second idea, which is important as well. I said at the beginning, you either start with Quarto or you start with Rmarkdwon, as I did in my videos. All of my videos are in Rmarkdwon. But however, if you click on visual here, it's going to turn out to be Markdown, or Quarto's setting, kind of. This is similar to Quarto, okay? And you can save it, right? So Even if you open Quarto, if you open new project Quarto, I have already one here, you can change it to Rmarkdwon, the source. This is Rmarkdwon, okay? Doesn't matter what you start with. You can start with either Quarto or Rmarkdwon as a type of reporting. But the idea is, the main idea here is I would like you to be able to control the settings, okay? The echo, the results warning message. I want these always to be false. Actually, you can add them in every document. For the results, yes, I'm going to ask you to hide the output just to avoid having long data. If you are proficient, if you become like an expert later, then you can keep the output if the outputs are short. What do I mean? If there's a function called sort here and you have to show all of the data, hide it. If you have short answers, like if you're having the summary function or the structure function, show it. So like here. So I would like to show this because this, where is it? Not the view, not the view. If you don't want to see the view, you want to see this and that, you can just separate them. You can just say view. Let me take it up here. New chunk view. Okay. Then this will be hidden because the global setting is hidden. Here I can add, hey, show me the results markup. Okay. So this is, if I net this structure, underneath the structure we have the output summary, underneath the summary we have this. If you choose to use the hold, is going to hold both of these output to be underneath both. I mean, structure, then summary, then we were going to have the output. I do not prefer the hold, by the way. Markup is, is a good representation of what we're doing. Also, you can add text, by the way. And the best, maybe you can actually separate them in two chunks and add some texts.